Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It seems that we have another racist in the mix. Of course, we're talking about Cori Bush here. When Democrats seem to not seem to always get a black Republican or a black conservative or what have you, or doesn't necessarily agree with their agenda, they start laying out very racist terms towards other people, towards other black men, because obviously that makes you not racist. Well, I hate to tell you, it does, and you're showing your true colors, yet again, Democrats. I always said that the Democrats are the most racist party because they have absolutely no respect, and they are only using black people for essentially their own gain and nothing more. So, that being said, let's get directly into it. Cori Bush, Byron Donalds trade barbs following House Speaker vote. FYIW, Byron Donalds is not a historic candidate. For Speaker, he is a prop. Despite being black, he supports a policy agenda intent on upholding and perpetuating white supremacy. His name as being in the mix is not progress, it's pathetic. Byron Donalds responds to her saying, FWIW, nobody asked Cori Bush her opinion on the matter. Before you judge my agenda, let's have a debate over the policies and the outcomes. Until then, don't be a crab in a barrel. They all want to say is, my issue is not with Byron Donalds himself. My issue is not with him being black. My issue is not with him being Republican. My issue is because he was not someone that they have been promoting for the last 2 years, Bush said in a statement to the Huffington Post. It seems as if they're using him as a prop, as a tool, not because they think he's great, that he's done all of these things to lead them. She continued, I don't like that they're using him in that way. I don't want them to use him that way. I want him to understand they're only using you. Don't let them do that to you. Make them treat you with dignity and respect. To hear Chip Roy stand up and say this is not about color, it is absolutely 100% is because if you were nominating him on his worth and merit, I think none of us would have been surprised because we would have seen him do leadership things, Bush concluded. I'm glad they took offense because it shows their lack of knowledge. It shows how ignorant they are. I need them to read up and understand what white supremacy is, what it looks like, and what the patriarchal system looks like. Cori Bush, if you see a black man rise, let the man rise even if you disagree with them, Donald said Thursday morning. I'd be happy to sit down and debate our policies and one-on-one whenever you like. As a black man to a black woman, I never do that to you. It's a shame you did it to me. He goes on to say, the reality is Representative Kevin McCarthy doesn't have the votes. I committed my support to him publicly and for 2 votes on the House floor. Donald shared on Twitter following the contentious vote. 218 is the number, and currently no one is there. Our conference needs to recess and huddle and find someone or work out the next steps, but these continuous votes aren't working for anyone. When the dust settles, we will have a Republican speaker. Now is the time for our conference to debate and come to consensus, Donalds continued. This will take time. Democracy is messy at times, but we will be ready to govern on behalf of the American people. Debate is healthy. I absolutely love this man, because this man has done a great service to what he just said. Democracy is messy, and we need to debate and find somebody else. Here's what I wanted to say on McCarthy here. McCarthy is, even though that he's seeing that majority of the Republicans or some of the 20 other Republicans don't want to vote for him, he wants to stay. He won't back down, or he won't step down, because he wants to remain in power. He doesn't care about the American citizens, so therefore he's going to actively want to stay in power to make sure that he gets to get all the money that he wants, not help the American people, etc., etc. He is part of the swamp. He is part of the establishment, and we need to get rid of him. What Byron Donalds has said here is exactly what I love. Find somebody else that the Republican people can agree on and go with that person. But, of course, we have this lunacy of a man, McKevin, or whatever you want to call this piece of garbage, wanting to keep on staying in power. Step down and have somebody else take your place. Because obviously not everybody wants you, and you're making it a joke for everyone else. Step down, do what's correct for the Americans, do what's correct for our country. You won't do it. The Americans have been chosen that they don't want you. So step down. Absolutely love this man. And we're going to go exactly over a video of what he was talking about here on what he was talking about with Cori Bush in his actual statement. Let's take a look at it.
Cori Bush attacked you online. In a tweet, she calls you a prop for upholding white supremacy. I'd like you to take this opportunity to respond to that, sir.
Well, I mean, first of all, I thought it was just blatantly outrageous. First, man, that sucked, man. To be honest with you, man, I'm sorry. I feel, bad that she really put that out there because, if you see a black man rising, I mean, let the man rise, even if you don't agree with him. Specifically to my policies, I would argue that she should sit down and debate me one-on-one. And let's do that, Stu. We could do it on your program. We could do it on CNN. We could do it on MSNBC. I'm open to all of that. But to throw a statement out there, I thought was just the complete wrong thing to do. As a black man to a black woman, I would have never done that to her. It's a shame that she did it to me.
It was an insult. Thank you very much for joining us, sir. We appreciate it. I know you've got to go back to negotiations, and we're so glad that you're with us this morning to at least appear with us. We appreciate that. Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you.
You got it.
Yeah, and there you have it. I mean, he responded very well. He did not spout any type of hate or anything, but of course, as I said before, the left has to, every time it is a black man, it is that rise up to power, and any Republican level, they are immediately called a white supremacist or a person that is Uncle Tom, which is technically what she called him, or some type of every racist name in the book. They did the same thing with Larry Elder, which they call him the face of white supremacy, even though he's black. It's not really surprising on how these people play their games. And they have been shown to be the most racist, aggressive, and mean-spirited people out there. And it's no shock to this at all. So until they show themselves to be actual decent human beings with some type of respect towards their name, then there's nothing that they can do. They're just evil, vile, racist people that just want to push their agenda, and whenever they see another black man come up, regardless of what it is, or black woman, mind you, they have to push them down and say they're white supremacist, or whatever. They'll say them they're Uncle Tom or the guys of white supremacy, but technically that's what it means. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, and as always, take care.